Hello, and welcome to Alec Explains It All. For bathing. Bathing is a liminal delay. It's taking advantage of some algorithmic weirdness that, in the digital domain, a phaser and a reverb are made of the same thing, all-pass filters. If you apply delay within every all-pass filter within a phaser, you get something unreal, something that takes you to the back rooms. Bathing has a lot of processing going on and can be ran in mono or stereo. We enjoy it best in stereo and decided to do this entire demo in stereo. Please be advised, use headphones. So there are 3 rows of knobs here on Bathing. One that controls your LFO, another that controls most of your time-based actions, and another here that is your mixer. I find it easy to start off with the LFO controls, to explain bathing as a phaser first, and then as a liminal delay second. Rate controls how fast your LFO is going, while depth controls how shallow or how wide it is. In the last turn of the rate knob, you'll find that it jumps from high rate into audio rate, so it gets ring mod-like tones. Okay, I have to pop out of character for a second. This is the most excited I've been for a pedal in a long, long time. Dweller is one of my favorite pedals. As you could probably see from here, go check out that link. And so many of you actually went out and bought a Dweller from that video that I was invited to be part of the beta testing process for Bathing. I own maybe the only stereo Dweller prototype in existence. This is now my inheritance, my prized possession. Last in this row is the shape control. This controls what direction the LFO travels. You have 8 different shapes: sine, triangle, square wave, ramp up, ramp down, random, envelope up, envelope down. It's important to note that in the envelope modes, your rate control becomes a sensitivity control. Hey, it's time. Oh, really? Yeah. Already? Okay, fine. God. Eric, who was that guy? Why'd we let him in?
He said he was you.
He was me?
That's what he said.
I'd never wear a tie.
That was my fault. I'm sorry.
Okay. Where were we? Oh, top row of knobs. We're now dealing with more of the time-based stuff. So we'll start with the feedback knob. The feedback knob simply sends signal from the end of the effect back to the beginning, so it's feeding back upon itself and becoming more intense. Next, we have the stages knob. This controls how many of those digital all-pass filters the signal is passing through. At minimum, it's 2, and at max, it is 12. Now we're going to get into the really fun part. The time knob adds a delay for each all-pass filter. It starts off really narrow and quick. You can get chorus and flange settings with it set low, and then real long delay settings. Maximum delay time is about a second. So let's revisit that stages knob from earlier. Now that you have delay time applied, it will actually be taps of delay before and after your main delay time. Return to the rate and depth controls, and you'll realize how it was moving around as a phaser now controls how each delay tap kind of bounces around. You can really have a lot of fun with it when you start adjusting the shape control. While we're back here on the rate control, there is a hidden feature within that if you turn the rate control all the way down, you've entered a one-shot mode where adjusting the depth gives you a repeatable phrase. It will happen the same way every time. This is where a lot of the most glitchy parts of bathing are located. So now let's return the feedback from earlier. With time applied, you end up getting these longer trails, really getting into that liminal mode. Once again, the back rooms. You can max out the feedback at any time if you just hold down the tap foot switch. Last knob we haven't covered on the top row is the filter knob. Not only is it like Darkstar where it covers over the output, but it is also in the feedback loop. As you turn it clockwise, you'll be sucking out low end, making it sit more pleasantly underneath your playing. As you turn counterclockwise, you'll be activating a low-pass filter, sucking out all your high-end. This will give you a more warm, pad-like effect. Alright, we haven't covered these little knobs right here. The top two are basically your mix controls. One is for your direct signal, which never gets digitized, and then your wet signal, which is full digital. Both have the ability to cut and boost whatever signal is going into it. So if you want this to be a crazy expensive boost pedal, you could do that, I guess. Did you somehow get this far into this video after that weirdo told you to wear headphones at the beginning of this? Now we've gotten to the dimension control. This is adding a little bit of extra delay and modulation to just your wet signal. This will overall increase the stereo spread and just make it sound bigger. So that's it for the front panel. You've been warned. You are now entering nerd territory! We're now going to cover all of the deeper dive features. If you're bored by that, just go ahead and skip to the end of the video. If not, well, let's dive in. First, let's talk about routing. There are 3 different routing options that Bathing can do. You can access them by pressing the on-off switch and then pressing the preset switch. This entire time, we've been operating in the middle mode, which is mono in, stereo out. This bottom button means you're operating in stereo in and stereo out. And then on the top, which is just mono in, mono out. If you also hold down the preset while you are assigning routing, it will choose whether it is true bypass or trails. So let's talk about expression. By default, any expression pedal will just control the time knob. But you can control any knob on the face of the pedal by holding down the on-off switch and then turning the knob that you want to affect. Once you hold down the switch, that is your starting position, and then your finishing position will be wherever it is when you let go. So let's say I want to increase the feedback and the filter simultaneously. My start position is wherever it is when I start holding down the on-off switch, and then I can increase it to wherever the final position is, and then let go. Here's something fun I found during beta testing. I'm using an audio cultivation project Palm to dynamically control stages. It's set at a very high sensitivity, which makes it just sound like the wraiths are angry at you. Real horror movie stuff. Let's say you want to steal my favorite setting and save it to your bathing. All you have to do is hold down the preset button for 5 seconds. And once the light starts flashing, you can then select which one you want to save it to. Let's select slot 3. And then you just hold it again for 5 seconds. And now it is saved. As we discussed earlier, if you hold down the tap switch while playing, you will max out the feedback. Alternatively, you could tap in your time. By default, it is just a quarter note tap. If you want to change your subdivision, you hold down the tap knob and turn the time knob. There are 6 subdivisions: 16th, dotted 16th, 8th, triplet, dotted 8th, and quarter note all the way at the top. There's also MIDI. I don't understand how that works, and at this point I'm too afraid to ask. Go probably talk to Mark Johnson. I think he knows about MIDI. So if you watched our video about Dweller, you'll know at the end of it, through the power of a beam splitter, we ran Quadrio Dwellers. Since I'm filming here at the Marrow compound deep within Ohio, we've made some mistakes. You ever heard Quadrio bathing? Don't at me. I know it's double stereo. It's Quadrio now. I am going to bask in the glory of Quadrio for the rest of my life. I'm going out and buying 4 amps right now. I know it's impractical. I'm doing it. Thank you so much to Old Blood Noise Endeavors for allowing me to be part of the beta testing process and for sending a finished bathing this way for us to demo here. It's been just a wonderful journey. Bathing is available now wherever Old Blood Noise products are sold. And if you want to check us out, at maskaudioelectronics.com, we do fun things, like fuzz. We'll see you in the next one.